Hello and welcome to another episode. I'm Zawant and this is my YouTube where I talk about random stuff and play Ark. This episode, I'm going to be calling this one the Dreamscape. Because I was watching a video earlier, and here I'll get my timer going, and then I'm going to actually look up the video just so that I can properly source I got what video I'm talking about here. Here, timer. Start. And then, because I was watching a video today, and I think it was this one. Yeah, it's how the Matrix controls. Oh, hold on. Dang it! There's ad plays. But how the Matrix controls the simulation from truth theory. But I don't know, it's just some weird conspiracy type stuff that I got shared recently. Really, that's my kind of take on it. Although I haven't seen anything, I haven't seen him say anything wrong per se yet. But in this video, he ends up going in, and basically he kind of talks about how the theory of how mass consciousness can create reality, right? Like how it's, and for me, that's kind of how I tend to view my view of God these days. Is like I don't think there was a creator per se. I think the Big Bang Theory is kind of a real thing, and I think like the idea is a singularity. When everything in the universe is at a single point, it causes a big bang. And this is just a breathing over and over cyclic occurrence that creates and destroys the universe over and over and over. I don't think there is a creator other than us. I do have this idea of karmic mass consciousness kind of thing. And what this guy was talking about, he kind of connected it in with the simulation theory, and for me, the way he described it really just come to me like as a dreamscape. Like reality, is the like the same way that you can build a world in your imagination and in your dreams, an entire world that's all your own. The idea is that the real world is that, but it's from all of us projecting together, a mass consciousness projection that is reality. Therefore, observing reality is creating reality. And that, I don't know, that idea just kind of really resonated with me, and I don't think it's a new idea. And I have like dabbled in this kind of thought process myself. In my past, so like it's not entirely new to me either, but like it's come up, and it really, like, I think it's an old idea. I think this is something that ancients even used to think about when they contemplated consciousness and reality. I think therefore I am sure, but you know what I mean, like there's and even, I talk a lot in my videos about how perception is everything, and it really is, on a metaphorical, but on a very real level too. The gay guy that's happy-go-lucky and whatnot, it isn't that nothing bad ever happens to them, but it doesn't happen to them as much as the gay guy who perpetually thinks that somebody's going to beat on them, right, for being that way, right? You create that energy around you by your own perception of it. So like in a very tangible way, perception actually creates reality. Like, because that gay guy that thinks that they're going to get beat up for being gay all the time actually does that is their lived experience. That is what happens to them. But like I say, like they do actually put out that energy around them themselves. That you know what I mean? Not to be a victim blamer, although I am I won't deny it. Me as a person, like, if you, yeah, I'm a very much, well, it isn't necessarily a victim blamer so much as I think you avoid being a victim by taking responsibility for what you could have controlled. You know what I mean? So, if something bad happens to you, okay, but was there something that you did that brought that on you? Change that, right? It's your fault that it happened because you had the opportunity to avoid the whole situation and you didn't, right? So change that. So like, I am a victim blamer, but it isn't about blaming the victim. And it isn't to say that there isn't something. It's not saying that something bad didn't happen. Um, Although, like, yeah, I'm getting way on a tangent, but it's one of the things I hate about the world is that we live in a world where nuance isn't allowed. So when I do have a hot take like that, I feel the need to actually go in and delve into the nuance of it so that people don't get the wrong idea. We do live in an age of doublespeak, and which brings, I don't know, I really am a supporter more and more of the simulation theory. But it's funny that this is something that, like, even the ancients, that it actually can be brought to a point, because the simulation theory, you're kind of talking specifically about it being a technological kind of experience. We're in a simulation. Where he kind of brought it to where you're bringing it more to a dreamscape, where it's more a dream world that is created, a hallucination that's created that we're observing is reality. That's something that can be taken back to the ancient times and could exist from the get-go all the time. A simulation theory requires that you actually are in a world that's at a certain advancement, right? Because you need to be at a point where you can foresee video games essentially being fully realistic. And we're pretty well at that point now, right? Which is why the simulation theory is starting to really take off. Is like, we've had these sci-fi novels and movies and whatnot, The Matrix, all push this idea for a long time. But we actually are at that point now where you actually can foresee in the not distant future video games being at that point where they're indistinguishable from reality. Well, we can get video games to the point where it's indistinguishable from reality, who's to say that we're not in a video game right now? Right? And that's where the simulation... Whereas this Dreamscape, it's essentially the simulation theory still, but you can bring it back to an older place. And like I say, it doesn't have that requirement that the simulation theory has. Where the simulation, like I say, that's saying that you are at least in an advanced civilization, right? You're not from... This isn't a universal constant. This is just a universe constant in your universe, right? In your current perceived universe, right? Whereas, yeah, the Dreamscape can go back to, like, origin. And I don't know. Stop. Well, there we go. That's my time. I don't know. For me, this idea, it resonated because I am coming to a point where, like I say, I no longer completely dismiss a higher power. I think there is a higher power to the universe, an organizer per se. But like I say, I lean more towards this idea of it being kind of a mass consciousness concept, whereas all of our wills combined creates the will of AKA God, right? So I this whole, like, I don't know. It sounded interesting to me. So, if you found yourself enjoying this video, please leave a like, comment, let me know your thoughts, and I'll leave a link in the description of this video at some point. And if you go give him a watch and come back and let me know your thoughts. Did you find his take on it kind of intriguing? Did you just think he was conspiracy nut, which I don't know. In today's day and age, can we stop calling it conspiracy theories and start calling it spoiler alert? Really? Like, when all of the major conspiracies are all turning out to be true, yeah, isn't it a point where we say it's definitely all true? But yeah, so if you found yourself enjoying this one, leave a like, subscribe for more content. Follow me at Zalmont.2022 at Facebook, or give me a follow at Twitter at Zalmont83. I'm not really super active on Twitter, but hey, if I start getting more interactivity there, I'm sure I would interact more. And yeah, until next time. Oh, this is gonna suck because these camera things have been funky lately. Haven't been wanting to work since that dang update. But yeah, till next time. Later.